You're tuned into the Red Pill, your daily dose of knowledge.
The music called jazz.
The black man or the lack of black men in the home is an institutional thing.
Absolutely.
It's a deliberate thing.
I
was born and raised in Oceanside, California, over 50% white. Because of that, there were a lot of hardships. I had low self-esteem because I hated myself every day. I hated white people every day. You know, we've been conditioned to believe the same thing. My name is Jonathan Henderson, and I am the Red Pill.
I was raised in South Central Los Angeles, born and raised. My city is a trap. It's an escape from all of that. We tell the truth. We tell why it's the way it is in our community.
In high school, when we learn about other people, you know, myself included and my friends, we were always wondering, like, okay, so we have one page about Martin Luther King. We have one page about slavery. I know there was some other people. How did we get here to where we are?
My name is Jamel Fortuné, and I am the Red Pill.
My upbringing was a little different from most people. I've always been different. I always wanted to help the youth. I've always been involved in education and community development.
If the youth had more grandmothers and more great-grandmothers to pass down that wisdom, then we would be doing better off.
I was raised in Compton, you know what I mean? What do you think when you think of Compton?
I would say another major disconnect between the elders and the youth is the elders didn't pass down the knowledge.
I'm tired of negative things being said about black people, black youth, and especially people from Compton. It's quality in Compton.
I'm your host, Akia She, and you're tuned into The Red Pill. Welcome back to The Red Pill. I'm your host, Akia She, and this is my co-host,
Jamel Fortuné.
And
Jonathan Henderson.
And today's guest is Sid J.
Hey.
And this is Preston Irving. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
And today's topic is homosexuality amongst black youth. Both of you guys both identify as homosexual or lesbian. And I'll start with you, Sid J. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you come into the lifestyle, quote unquote? And did you always identify yourself as a lesbian?
No, I did not always identify myself as a lesbian, even though I've been caught with a couple of girls. But I definitely did, mingle with men. And how I came into it was, it's going to be kind of weird. It's okay if I just, okay. I'm going to get a little explicit here. So basically how I came into it is about 3 years ago. I was having sex with an ex-boyfriend of mine, and I just stopped him mid-stroke, and I just told him this does not feel right. He's like, I'm sorry, do I need to switch it up? I said, no, it's not you. This don't feel right. It feel kind of weird with you being inside of me, so please get out. And he was like, whoa, and he was like, what is it? Do we need to try something different? I'm like, no, we're doing everything right. It's just, this isn't gonna work. I was like, I want something different, and even then, I don't think I was completely sure until later. I decided, I was like, I might want a girl. You want a threesome? No, I just want a girl. And he kind of looked at me. He held a grudge against me for a couple of months, but we're cool now. But I pretty much realized that I had liked women when I was probably into high school, but I still wanted men because I had some attraction to them still. And I've actually been out for the past 2 years now. So
when you say out, what does that mean?
Living openly, out of the closet. Surprise!
For myself, it's a little differently. I always dated girls. I love women. I still do love women. It's just more of a trust thing for me and how I view women as a whole. Back in 2009 is when I first started getting into men, and my son's mom she was pregnant with my son at the time, but prior to her getting pregnant, it was just kind of like, you know what? I just feel a certain type of way about women. I think women are kind of, not in a bad way. It is nothing bad, but I feel like women are just conniving, and they're just too scheming. And on a relationship level, I can't trust a woman. I can't. I look at my parents' marriage. They've been married for years, and it's great, but just some of the things that my mother does as a woman, things that she teaches my sister, things that my grandmother has taught my mother, and I just, all women have their own thing that they are a certain way, and it's not fair. Women will lie to you like, oh, can I have some money, knowing they just got paid, but that's the woman thing to do. That's how women are, and I just could not get with it. So on top of that, just kind of the way that my son's mom presented herself being pregnant and different things that fell into that, it's just like, no, women are sneaky, and they're great friends, they're great role models, they can teach you a lot, but I just can't trust you enough to want you to be my wife, you know? So I do identify with myself as being gay because I do deal with men on a sexual level, but I don't really, as a whole, I don't think it's something like, oh, I'm gay. No, I screw men. Yeah. So if that's what you want to call it, gay, that's cool and all. But I don't identify that as myself. I'm a person, and that's how you should look at me.